All right, so I'm live. I'm here with Game Sequence.
Wow, how's it going?
Okay, got it. First time playing with you. You're getting into Dice Throne. How did you find the Discord? That was my next
I just
question.
kind of searched around the internet, looking for people to play with, since I don't have a lot of in-person opportunities at the moment. So I
Yeah, I
figured over
think
Discord would be pretty fun.
there's a lot of I wouldn't say Dice Throne is like a huge game at game shops, but like there's definitely a crowd for Dice Throne.
I'm sure there's some local game stores that do carry Dice Throne. I just haven't found a lot of them yet.
Yeah, when there's going to be a official tournament locations dropping in the new year,
Oh
and
yeah?
so those will be like the official ones, and hopefully there might be a game store that's sort of near where you are that's hosting one of those tournaments.
That'd be
And when
pretty
you go to
cool.
those tournaments, I believe you usually get to win certain things for just participating. And like I think with Age of Destruction, people got a new Pyromancer board and some other things.
So there's like alternative versions, like kind of like promo rewards that you get for participating in games and such like that.
Yeah, with the official, like the ones that are with the official Dice Throne tournament, yeah, they usually have. Because what they do is they'll send those prizes and stuff to that particular shop that's hosting. And then they have, I believe, like a judge or somebody that organizer. I guess they call them dice roys or something like that.
Dice Roy's pretty cool.
Yeah, and
So
yeah,
I am a Pokemon judge. They call judges professors. So like I assume they're gonna have something very similar is where you would apply online to become a Dice Lord judge. Hopefully they'll have something like where you can go into other stores that are looking for judges.
yeah. I mean, I don't think Dice Throne is at that very high level of competitiveness, but like, it's
As of right now, probably not,
yeah, but
just
maybe
because of
maybe in
like
the
the very
future
few
they.
options.
I mean, I think right now, they're still wanting more people get into Dice Throne, and with X Men coming out pretty soon, and then they're also kickstarting another group of characters that's their own IP. So that's a good sign. I mean, the whatever game you're into, whatever game you're following, if they're not producing any new content or no like new tournaments are springing up and stuff like that, that's usually a bad sign. It's usually like maybe the game's
Yeah.
not doing so well. But no, Dice Throne, I think all in all is doing well. Uh, I think at its core, or they I mean, don't quote like I'm obviously I have no connection to the actual people that make the game, but from talking with other people, I feel that it's more like a kitchen table at home play with your kids or your family at its core. But I don't think it's a I do I think they do want to make it more mainstream and possibly more competitive. And they've tried here or there, but how much money have they put into those things? I don't think that's where their emphasis is. I think, but who knows? I don't know. I would love for it to become like a very competitive and like have it a lot more tournaments for this game.
So here's my stance on it. Because like when you first get Dice Run, right, you have a fixed deck and all. So I assume you can't change or edit that deck in any way because that is how the deck comes in that box per character. What I think could happen if they decided to was they could make like certain like packs or whatnot, sort of like a TCG, to where you can change certain things in the deck, change certain things on the character. Not like a whole giant list of options, but just slide them out. Because another thing, what I would think about is if they do like if they do roll out things where you have to like be a judge for certain events, you'd have to do a lot of deck checks, make sure each deck is correct per character. I imagine that get a little tedious as well. I'm sure if they come with some extra rules and some more of a standard format, they'll be able to roll things out better like that way.
Yeah, I mean, what I'll say about this, like I got into the game like 6 months ago, and I played it quite a bit, and then I kind of took a break from it, but now I'm kind of back into it. But I I like the game a lot. I got to play with my, at the time, I think my 11-year-old. It was very easy to teach my 11-year-old how to play the game, and so I think two things. I think this is a great game, even for your household. If you have young kids, it's a very fun. Like, it's not a complicated game, but
It's not like overly complicated.
yeah,
There are
at its
some
core,
sort of meta
though,
to it.
at its core, there is a lot of strategy and a lot of things you can do in it. That's the cool thing about Dice Throne, and I think that's good game design. To be honest, there's a reason why everybody has sort of the same generic deck, and then they have a couple unique cards for their character. It's for balancing and also keeping the game more easy to learn for new people. And no, I honestly, I think they did a really good. I think it's unfortunate because I feel like there's probably a lot of people that haven't really given Dice Throne a chance because it's a
Yeah.
dice game, and I don't want to roll dice. It's too luck
Dice games
based.
are fun. I like rolling
Yeah,
dice.
but you've met those people that are like they get turned
Yeah,
off
like
by, oh, it's a dice game, right?
you
But
know, you introduce like one rule that changes things to make like that requires any sort of like actual thinking, not like overly complicated like Magic is, but like sort of
yeah,
like
and I'm just being
um
like a person that, like, I bumped into people that have that attitude, like, oh, dice game. But
yeah,
I will
you
say
might have to.
this: it's a very fun
Mhm.
dice game because uh it's not, you get three rolls, or sometimes you can extend it, and your hero
Yeah.
does lots of different unique abilities. And sometimes when you're playing against a certain opponent, or they put down a certain upgrade, you might want to try to focus on a different strategy. And there's a lot of,
You have
it's a
different
fun.
options, different ways to go about things. Instead of just rolling dice, straight up attacking, you can either attack, you can ruin their attack, you can defend. You have options.
Yeah. So anyways, I think, so yeah, I think Dice Road is in a good spot right now. It's just a question on their execution. Like, it looks like the X-Men stuff that's incoming is going to be well received. The new heroes, I think, they've been play tested really well, I believe, and they have the X-Men IP. And so I think that's going to be pretty good. I only see more people getting into Dice Throne, and then they're also releasing a cooperative type um, thing called Missions, which is similar to Dice Throne
Hmm.
Adventure. So again, that will bring in other people that maybe don't want to do as much PV player versus player, but that opens the gate for them maybe down the road that they want to. I still think at its core, like, the PvP is probably the best aspect of Dice Throne,
Yeah.
because it's very quick. Like, most of my games, they end uh, from 20 minutes to 40 minutes. Like, so that's a good fast pace, like, gaming session, right? It's not like 2 hour, like, it doesn't go into that realm.
Hmm.
So
I'm sure as time goes by, as soon as they do more collabs, like they've already done Marvel, they're doing X-Men right now, people will notice that, oh, my favorite character is in this game. I might give this game a try because it looks fun.
yeah, and I think that's exactly why they went into uh Disney to get the IPs for Marvel. Yeah, for sure. I think that's, yeah. And I yeah. Anyways, I guess we'll get into it. I shuffle my deck. So usually this is I'll show you the usual way people play with web cameras.
Yeah.
So again, you can play this game in person, web camera, or even if you have tabletop simulator, some people play it that way. But when you play on webcam, you would roll two dice, and then total that up. That's 7, 8, 9. So then you would cut 9 cards of your deck. So you would take your cards, you would count to 9, and then put those underneath, and then we would kind of, and then you would roll for me. So what number did you get?
I got a 5. I just put 5 underneath.
Yeah, I mean, so usually like the 9 would be directed to you, and then the 5 you rolled would be directed to me. One,
All
two,
right, so should I
three,
just put 4
4.
more under there?
No, it's okay. This is just we're just playing a fun game here. I'm just
All
showing you
right.
like what they normally do,
Like
and then
general etiquette.
yeah, and then you would take 1 dice and you would just roll, and that would be your, I guess, your roll off. Who goes first? So I got a 3, and then so the person with the higher
I
number.
got a 3.
Okay, so we got the same. So we would roll one more time again, or we would roll again, and I got a 5.
I got a 1.
Okay, so I won. 90%, I would say 95% of the time, people that win the dice will usually choose to go first. And yeah, I guess I will go first because it's usually a better to be more aggressive first player.
You have your health and your CP.
Yeah, so if you look at my screen,
Oh yeah, see, I got you.
it's in the right corner there. So
Gotcha.
all right, so we would start the game. We each draw 4. Because I'm first player, I would get my 4 cards, but I would not get a CP or draw an extra card. Are we playing with? So okay, most games people don't play with promos unless if both players agree to it. I don't care if we're not playing with promos. If you
I
draw
mean, if
into
you
your
want to play with promos, you can. I don't really mind.
well, because I have it in my hand, I'll just say if you we'll play without promos because usually you want to ask them before you even get your hand. But
Are promos different cards or are they
yeah,
different
so like
variations of the same
this is my
card?
promo. I don't know. So I think these were like you have to. I don't know if they were sold separately or whatnot. But usually people play them in Dice Throne Adventure. But basically they draw you a card if you fail. If you get the 6, then you get like special things on the card, basically.
So it's not. So it is a different card, like an actual card,
They're
not just a different
they're
variation of the same one.
basically anti-fail cards, but if you successfully do the roll a 6, you get a special kind of power. But you usually want to agree to them before you start the game, which
So it's an entirely different power, what you're saying.
yeah, it's like every hero
Okay.
has like a unique like promo card. It's like a little beefed up anti-fail card.
Gotcha.
But so I'm just gonna discard it and draw another one because we're not playing with
Gotcha.
them. All right,
All right.
so I am gonna play 1 CP to place my fireball. So that's fireball level 2. And what does that do? It just gives me fire mastery 2 if I roll into it. So it's not really a great one. But whatever. All right. Then we have 1 CP. So offense roll. All right. Well, looks like I do have a 5 as well. So I got a whole bunch of flames, and then I've got a fiery soul. So
That's your first roll, right?
yeah, my first roll. So I could just keep rolling for the fireball, or I could try to keep the 5 and try to get a burning soul. But because I have the fireball already upgraded, I am just gonna
Wouldn't be a
roll.
bad first roll
All right.
already.
Yeah.
Nice.
So second roll, I will try to lock in, and this is usually how people will play. You don't have to verbatim do what I say, but they'll usually declare what they're trying to lock in and say second roll, third roll, first roll. So second roll, I'll try to lock in fireball, any response. Or you could say, I would like to try, I usually, that's the way I say it, but like you just have to tell them what you're trying to lock in and then give them maybe a second or two to respond to you. Cause you might have, a tip pit, or helping hand that can interfere with my dice. But in this case, you probably wouldn't even want to change anything because it's like I'm going into a basic one, which is like really hard to disrupt because. But anyways,
You
so
already
yeah,
have so many fires going.
right. So I will try to lock in Fireball, stealing 8 defendable. Any response?
All right, I'm gonna let you do that, and I'll respond on my defensive roll.
All right. So what you're gonna do now is you're gonna say, okay, Descrike, you got it. You have your Fireball. So now you got to defend that 8 damage that's coming your way. So you would go to your green ability that's in the bottom right, and yours is called Cloak of Levitation. Defensive roll 2 die. So you're gonna roll 2 die, and then you got a red, which is
white.
prevent 2, and a white. You gain a premonition.
All right.
So
Right there.
you brought my damage down to 6.
So I'm taking 6.
So you go to 44.
There we go.
All right, I go to main phase 2. Everyone gets a main phase 2, so that's after their offensive phase, basically. All right, so main phase 2, I'm not doing anything, and this is where people appreciate it. If you declare, okay, I passed my main phase 2, I have 3 cards and I have 1 CP. Now you don't have to like say you have 3 cards, 1 CP, but like it just helps when you're playing.
You want to make it visible.
Well, when you're playing on a web camera, and sometimes people can't see where your cards are and everything, it just helps them it helps them kind of get an idea how many cards you have and whatnot. Okay, so then I pass to you. You would start your upkeep and then your income. So you would gain a CP. I don't have anything
to resolve, so I can just go and start my income.
Yep, and you draw a card.
All right, I'm going to go ahead and play double up for a price of 1 CP.
Yep.
Draw 2 cards. All right. I can prepare spells, right?
So I've not really played Doctor Strange that much, but it says begin the game with the flames of Falatine spell placed on the book of Vashanti. So that card should be under your book, right?
Yeah, it's right here.
And once per turn during your main phase, you may prepare a spell from your hand. So either main phase 1 or main phase 2, you can prepare a spell. When you prepare a spell, that will do some type of effect if you read on your card.
All right, I'm going to go ahead and prepare this spell. Bolts of Balthak, however you pronounce that.
Okay.
I will gain a CP for prepare effect.
Right? So then you get, you go to 3.
I'm at 3 right now. Let's see. All right, I'm going to go start rolling. Now my roll phase.
All right.
So it's like, do I declare what I'm trying to shoot for first, or do I roll first, then declare?
No, you only, when your intention is to lock in something, then you declare it. I mean, some people will talk when they're rolling and be like, oh, I hope I get my straight or whatever. I mean, you can do that if you want, but like it's once you try to lock in something, you're sort of locked into it. You can't like go back in time and say, oh no, I don't want to do it. So, well, I mean, on casual games, maybe you could go, but if you're playing a tournament game, once you declare something you're trying to lock in, you're locked into it.
Yeah, so I'm going to roll my first roll. Good.
So you're gonna I can't really see your dice very well, but that's okay. But you're gonna have to
so I have 2 1s, a 5, and a 4.
Yeah, that's fine. So that's gonna be your first roll there. So you could decide I think you have a Crimson Bands already.
All right, so I've rolled 2 greens and 2 reds. I might just go ahead and lock in straight to binding.
Yeah, that's a very
So that'll
strong
do.
ability.
So what I'm gonna do now, before I say I'm gonna lock in and start attacking, is I'm gonna play a card from my hand. Going to go ahead and do Icy Tendrils for 1 CP to modify my attack.
Okay, cool. So you can play that. So really, yeah. So basically, you're gonna say I'm gonna lock in binding. I have no
We got
response,
binding.
so you have binding now. A lot of players will usually do their attack modifiers right at the end, because you can do that. But if you want to do it early, that's fine. So all right, so you rolled for your. It costs 1 CP to play it, right?
Yeah, it costs 1 CP to play it. So I'm at
Okay,
2 right
and then
now.
what was your result on it?
So I haven't rolled for it yet. I'm about to roll my 2 dice for it right now.
Okay.
Pick that dice up. Here we go. A 4 and a 1. Green
All right.
and a white.
And
So we have adding 1 defendable and casting a spell. So I'm going to cast the bolts to
okay.
deal 3 undefendable.
All right, so let's add this
right
up. So
now-
you added 1
right.
from, so it's at 10. Then you cast your spell that added 3 more. So you're at
So
13.
my binding will also inflict the bands on you.
Yeah, I have bind. Okay. All right,
Okay.
so
So 10 defendable, 3 undefendable.
right. Yeah. So 13 total basically right now. Okay. So I'm doing molten armor. So that's this ability roll 5 on fiery souls. I gain fire mastery on flames damage back. So I do 2 damage back to you, and I gain 1 fire mastery. So I'm taking 13. So I'm gonna go down to 37.
Gotcha. So you can only attack once, right?
Yeah, you get 1 offense roll unless you get a stun, which is
right.
not every character has have stun. Or Spider-Man has like a thing called combo, which he can get like another offense roll.
So like whenever you roll for an attack that you're trying to lock in for, so I've rolled on my first roll. I've only rolled once. I've already rolled for my attack. After I declare my attack, I don't roll anymore, right? That's my attack.
You conclude that offense roll, lock in, and then once the damage is calculated, you then go into main phase 2.
Gotcha. All right.
So now you're in main phase 2, which is
now
the
I'm in main
blue
phase 2.
cards. I don't know if you ever seen the cards that are blue. Those are
the
main.
one with the blue borders on them.
Yeah, those are meaning you can only cast those cards during the main phase. So now you're in main phase 2 right now.
I'm gonna go ahead and sell 1 card for a single CP. And then I'm going to go ahead and pass it to you.
Okay. So I cool off. That's one of my upkeeps for Pyromancer. So I'm down to 2 fire mastery. Income, I gain CP, draw a card.
So for those Crimson Bands, right? So you've already did your defense roll phase. I assume after that roll phase is concluded, the Crimson
So
Bands are
what
gone,
Crimson
or is
Bands
that during
really
your next
does
offensive?
is it stops me during my the next roll phase, which is
So
like offense roll phase basically.
okay, so it doesn't count for your defense roll phase.
No, because
Okay, gotcha.
my defense roll phase is within the roll phase for you. So like
Because
it says next roll phase.
the way it's worded, it says next roll phase. So I was just trying to clarify that.
Yeah. So it'd be the
Gotcha.
the phase that I'm going into. That's when
So
it's gonna.
your offensive roll phase. Okay.
Yes. So we're gonna 1 CP for double up. Get 2 more
Alright.
cards. And I'm gonna sell, get that out of there, go to 2. and I'm gonna roll. So offense roll. I can't use my cards basically unless I
Mm-hmm.
dispel that or whatever. All right,
So you can't use like okay, play cards period. Okay, gotcha.
during my
Gotcha.
offense. Yep. Uh, well, I'm gonna go first roll into into pyroblast if you allow it.
Yeah, I can do that.
Okay, so I'm gonna roll one die. On flames, it does 3 more damage. On is it explosion? What it blaze? I flank burn on fiery soul. Gain 2 mastery on a comet. I inflict knockdown. So we're gonna roll one, and it's a comet. So it's doing 6 defendable to you with the knockdown. So
All right. So now I start my defense roll phase, right?
so knockdown is when you go into your offense roll phase, you have to spend 2 CP. If you don't, it's going to skip your offense roll phase. So that's what you have right
Gotcha.
now. All right. So you got 6 defendable. You're going to roll 2 die and do your cloak of levitation.
All right. We have a green and a white.
All right. So you
So
gain
I deal 1 damage and gain 1 premonition.
right.
And I'm taking how much?
You're taking 6.
Gotcha.
So it's tie game. So main phase 2 for me. So the bands now comes off because I'm done my roll phase.
So quick question.
Yeah.
Your knockdown is a token, right?
Yep.
So a quick favor, if whenever you're placing tokens on my character, if you can put your tokens like right above the head of your pyromancer, so I'll know that it's on me, because I don't have the token on. I don't have the
Yeah,
tokens
yeah,
on hand.
that's fine.
Okay, great, thank you.
I mean I'll remind
Gotcha.
you.
Appreciate it.
What players do sometimes if they have like a dime or a penny or a nickel, sometimes they'll just use that.
All right.
Okay. So main phase 2 pass to you. So you would start your
So my income, because like I don't have anything to resolve right now, so I'm going to go straight to income.
yeah.
But will I will spend 2 CP to get rid of that knockdown, if that's all right.
Yeah. So you're
Alright,
just gonna
so I'm
spend the
down to
2
2
CP.
now.
Okay, down to 2. Your knockdown comes off.
Go ahead and draw a card. It is now my main phase. All right. I'm just gonna go ahead and start rolling.
Yep.
Go ahead and roll my dice. All right, so we have 1, 3, 4, and 2 6s. Let me see my options here. I might just go for Astral Incursion by keeping this.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna go ahead and try to lock in Astral Incursion.
All right. So you've got also the mantle, the red one, the red die.
I don't have the mantle yet,
Okay.
so I'm gonna try to roll for it.
Yeah, yeah. Again, you don't have to tell me that. You could just be okay. I'm gonna try to get it like in your head. Like I
All right.
mean, unless you want to tell me that's what you're trying to do. That's
Gotcha.
you don't. You're not
So-
required to tell me. Oh, I'm gonna try to roll
All
for
right,
this.
gotcha. Roll number 2. Let's go.
Some people like to tell their
All
opponent
right.
what they're trying to do. You know, that's fine.
Locking in Astral Incursion.
All right, so you would deal 6 defendable, and then you would
I'll
roll.
roll 2 dice.
Okay, yeah, sure, you got it.
And we have a green and a 6. So I'll cast a spell and add 3 more damage. So this spell will just add 1 more defendable damage. So right now we're at 10 defendable.
Okay. All right, Molten Armor, roll 5. And I'm doing, I gain 1 Fire Mastery, doing 3 back to you.
All right. So you take 10 and take 3.
Yeah, go down to 26.
All right. So that'll be my turn, so I pass to you.
Okay. Cool off, lose a Fire Mastery, income, gain a CP, draw a card. I'm going to sell Transference, go to 4, and get Pyro Blast level 3. Go down to 1 CP. And offense roll.
All right.
All right. So I guess I'll hold the 1 and the 2. Roll again. Well, they want me to do a fireball, apparently. Third roll. All right, so I do have a hot streak. Yeah. Third roll. Try to lock in hot streak. Do you have a response?
All right. So does tip it apply to any player I can choose? It says tip any dice.
Yep. You can do it.
All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and play tip it.
Okay, which dice do you want to tip?
For a cost of 1 CP. I will tip your 3.
To a 4?
To a 2.
A 2.
2.
Okay. All right. I'll respond with 1 CP for 6 it. Move my camera up. So that's going to change the value of one of your dice to a 6. Change the 4 to a comet or meteor. And then I will now try to lock in Pyroblast 3. Do you have a response for that?
Let me check. The Shield of Seraphim. So that'll apply after your attack, right?
Wait a sec. I'm not familiar with that card. What is that? An orange card? That's an attack modifier.
One, yeah. That is it says play after being attacked.
Yeah, I haven't attacked you yet. So I'm just trying to lock in.
Gotcha.
So unless you have orange card, do you have an orange card with it? You have 1 CP though.
Nope.
Okay, so that's gonna go through. I'm gonna roll 2. I do have an option to re-roll 1 die if I choose to.
Gotcha.
We're gonna roll these 2. So they're both flames. So do I want to re-roll one of them? Yeah, I'll re-roll one of them. Another flame. Okay. So this is doing 6 more damage, so it's 12 defendable.
So now I can play that card, right?
Yeah, after you're gonna play it, I think once the damage has been because it says after you're attacked. So I think you play it just
because it says I can prevent damage
by
rolling dice.
Read me what the card says.
So the Shield of Seraphim, play only after being attacked.
Okay, so you're gonna play it
2 dice.
Yeah, so after you've been attacked. Right now you're currently being attacked, so you're gonna play it right at the end step of being after being attacked.
So once I take the damage, then I play it.
Well, you're gonna do your defense roll, and then we're gonna figure out, what you got with your defense roll, and then the damage.
All right, we got a white and a green.
So a white is gonna give you a premonition. A green's gonna do a damage back to me.
1 damage.
All right, now you can play your card.
Okay, so I'll play this.
And
for
how
one
much
CP.
is 1 CP for that?
Yep. So now I'm down at 0.
Okay, so does it tell you to roll dice? I'm not familiar with that card.
It tells me to roll 2 dice.
Okay, so roll
And
2
whatever
dice.
symbols match is however much damage I prevent.
Okay,
I rolled 6 and a 2.
so
So I gain a premonition and I prevent 1 damage. The stack limit is only 3, so I don't get any premonition.
you okay, so I guess you're taking 11 because 12 was the total value of the attack.
Yeah, taking 11.
Okay, taking 11. So down to 22.
Gotcha. And now it's your second main phase.
Yep. All right. 2 cards, 0 CP. Pass to you.
Gotcha.
So now you're in an
Phase.
upkeep, and I believe you can lose 3 tokens of premonition. Draw.
Yeah, I was gonna go ahead and spend these 3
Okay.
to draw 3 cards, and I put one of the drawn cards either on the top or the bottom of my deck. So I'm gonna go ahead and draw 3 and look at them. Then
Yeah.
I'm gonna put one on the top or the bottom. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and put. This is a reveal. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and put this card on the bottom. So now I've got 2 extra cards. I'm gonna go ahead and prepare Vapors of Valtor, which will heal me for 1.
And that card you put on the
Like
bottom was one of the cards you drew, right? Not the card in your hand.
It was one of the cards I drew, yeah.
Okay. All right, and now you're preparing another spell, Vapors, you said?
Prepare this. Yes, and I heal 1 for the prepare effect.
Okay.
Right, then I'm going to go and start my roll phase. Right. We have a 5, 2 6s, a 3, and a 4. Let me see here. I'm gonna go ahead and lock in Augury. So I have to
Gain
reply
deja
before
vu,
that.
deal 8 damage. Yeah.
Yep. Now your response.
I will do Molten Armor. Oh. Just doing 1 damage back to you and getting 2 Fire Mastery.
Gotcha.
And then you're doing
8
damage.
damage.
Okay. Down to 17.
So is it 1 spell per turn or 1 spell per main phase?
You may prepare once. Let me read. Once per turn during your main phase, you may prepare a spell from your hand.
Gotcha. Okay.
So it's one spell.
So now it'll just be your turn. Gonna go ahead and pass it.
Cooling off, upkeep, lose a Fire Mastery, income. Oof, that is very sexy. I'm gonna sell Ignite though, because I need the CP right now. All right, offense roll. Okay, first roll. Okay, Pyroblast. I'll try to do first roll. Any response?
No response.
All right, it's gonna roll 2. All right. All right, roll 2 die. So it is a knockdown plus 3 more damage. So 9 defendable plus a knockdown.
All right. So then I'll do my defense roll, right?
Yeah.
Gotcha. A 5 and a 6. I prevent 2 damage and I deal 3 undefendable to you.
All right. So you prevent 2. Take 7. Down to 15. Okay. All right. 2 CP, 2 cards. Pass to you.
Gotcha. So let me decide what I'm going to do here. So my income, ACP. I'm going to go ahead and spend 2 CP to get rid of the knockdown.
Okay.
Then I'm going to go ahead and draw a card. I'm going to go ahead and prepare Flames of Voltine for my hand to deal 1 damage to you.
Down to 13.
So now I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to go ahead and start my roll phase.
You're playing Doctor Strange pretty good. A lot of people get whiffs with Doctor Strange. So far, you have 0 whiffs. So that's
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
First
I
roll.
think that's the most challenging thing with Doctor Strange is not to whiff.
You have 2 5s, 2 3s, and a 6. I'm going to go ahead and keep 3 of these. Roll 2 more.
Got some tombs there.
So if I were to activate Deja Vu, can I activate it after my 3rd roll to start a new roll phase?
Yeah, that's how it works.
Okay.
Like if you
Go
roll a
ahead and
3rd
roll
roll
one
and
time.
you are not happy with it, you could just do deja vu.
And now we're on the roll 3. Okay. So I got exactly what I wanted. So I'm going to go ahead and lock in Astral Incursion. Do you
Astral
have any response?
incursion. Hmm. Yeah. Let's helping hand. I think I want a helping hand here. Yeah. 1 CP helping hand the red dice. So you're gonna reroll 5.
It is a 4. So
If you
let me
like to
see.
use your deja vu, you can use your deja vu.
Yeah, I'm gonna go straight to Deja Vu to start a new roll phase.
Okay. It's like it never even happened.
We have 2 3s, 1 4, a 6, and a 2. Go ahead and keep these 3. I'm gonna go ahead and roll for my 2nd roll. Both 2. I'm gonna go ahead and roll one more time. Okay. So our total dice pool is 2 3s, a 1, a 4, and a 6.
Is that nothing?
So that is nothing, yeah.
All right. And with 0 CP, unless you have getting paid, you can't do anything. That looks like a whiff, I guess.
Yeah, it's a whiff. So then I'll just pass it to you. So I have nothing else I want to play
Okay.
for my hand.
Cool off. And that's sort of like one of the main strategies that
Not my camera.
one of the main strategies that players will try to do is like do a helping hand on your third roll to try to make you whiff.
Give me a second. Let me fix my camera.
Okay. Do, 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 do. Uh-oh. So you're using a website to put your camera displayed or something? It's interesting. So 15 to 13. Yeah, if we can apply a knockdown this turn, that would be pretty big. Because then he would force to have to sell a card in his hand. Houston, we have a problem. Oh, there we go. Back online. So,
I am back. So my camera's an iPhone. The power died because it wasn't connected to the wall, so I just reconnected it. So we're good.
okay. So I did my income and going to offense roll.
Gotcha.
All right. Well, I think we'll just go for the safe option here. Keep that. Roll these 2 dice. Hope for the pyroblast. And got it. All right. I'm going to try to lock in my pyroblast. I guess you're 0 CP. So I would still try to lock it in. Do you have any response?
No response.
Okay. Roll 2. We'll keep the comet. Roll this one again. Add the 3 more damage. So it's going to be 9 with a knockdown. So 9 defendable.
All right. Defense roll. 6 and a 3. Gain premonition and deal 3 damage to you.
Okay. Go down to 10. So you take.
So how much am I doing? How much am I taking?
7.
Gotcha.
So you're down to 8. And you've got how many? I have no clue what your thing is all blurry.
Yeah, sorry. My thing's a little bit crunchy right now.
Do you have how many premonition do you have on you?
I have 1 premonition right now.
Okay, that's all I need to know. All right, pass to you.
All right, income. Draw. Taking 1.
And to go to your offense phase, you'll have to sell a card and then pay 2 CP. Because you have knockdown right now. I guess you could, for 1 premonition, draw 2 I guess, yeah, I guess you could spend your premonition there.
Hello?
Yeah, I'm here.
Your mic. I don't know if something.
Yeah, I think
It
you're
might be my end, but no.
I guess you're coming in and out of.
Like your video is working, but your audio is not working.
I would say likewise with you. Anyways,
So yeah, it's probably my end. Just give me 1 second.
just have to do one more turn here. I think the game's gonna be decided.
All right, I think we're good. I can hear you now.
Okay. Do you want to spend your
Yeah.
premonition?
Just we're gonna switch my internet real quick. Yeah, I was gonna spend my premonition. All right, I am back. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
All right, great. So you asking if I wanted to spend my premonition?
I was just trying to confirm what you're gonna do.
Yeah, so I was gonna spend my premonition to draw 2 cards, put
Mm-hmm.
one at the top or the bottom. So I haven't drawn my first card. So do I draw my first card then draw the two, or because I've gained 1 CP, I haven't
No,
drawn my first
no, you
card yet.
you draw two, and then out of those two, you would put, I guess, one on the top or bottom, and then keep the one that you want.
Checking my hand real quick. Okay, I'm gonna go and put this one on the on the top actually. Keeping 1 card. Then I draw my second card for my first card for my turn.
Yep.
All right, so drawing the first card. So I still have knockdown right now.
Mm-hmm. So you have to sell a card and then pay 2 CP.
I'm going to go ahead and sell 4 cards. So I'm going to sell So Wild for 1, selling Bye Bye for 1, selling One More Time for 1, selling Helping Hand for 1.
How do you have so many
So I gain
cards?
4 CP.
That's a lot of
Premonition,
cards.
because that is 6 cards right now. I didn't have to discard any cards. So I
Okay,
did
so
a premonition last time for 3. I didn't spend any cards.
did you wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay.
That's 6 cards. Yeah.
All right, so you're selling 4.
Yeah.
That puts you at 5. Then you have to pay 2, so that now you're at 3.
So I'm at 3.
Okay.
Okay, then I'm gonna go ahead and start rolling.
I had no clue you had that many cards. Holy crap.
I put them down here on the thing. I didn't know if you could see them or not, but I always put my hand right here whenever I'm not using it. So 2 threes, a 4, a 1, and a 2. 1, 2, 3, 3, 4. You're right. Okay.
I'm at 10.
Yeah. Does your defense roll prevent any damage at all?
Nope.
Okay.
So if you can do at least 10, it's game over for me.
All right. I'm gonna go to and spend 3 CP to play twice as wild to change the value of any 2 dice.
Yeah.
I'm going to change my 3 to a 4. I think. Hold on.
Okay.
So 3 to 4.
Going for the
My 4
large.
to a 5. Yeah. So going for the large straight.
All right. I'm gonna
That'll.
respond with a so
Yeah.
wild for 2. So wild allows me to change one of your dice. So are you 2, 3, 4, 5? Is that your 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? Let's trying to think here. What do I want you to? What dice do I want to change?
If I had
The
any recommendations, you can change the 3 maybe, either the 3 or the 4. Because if you change it between the middle, then I don't have any straights to attack with. And I don't think I can attack with anything else.
Yeah, no,
Unless.
yeah, I hear you on that.
So that would cause me to whiff, probably.
But your 5s are hard to roll for though. That's the thing. I'll change your 5 to a 3.
Gotcha.
Oh, that was not. Okay. Yep.
You good?
Yeah, I'm good. I probably you still got your small, but
Yeah, so we're gonna do 6 damage and cast a spell.
okay. Mystic bolts.
So yeah, Mystic Bolts to cast a 6 to do 6 damage, and I get to choose 1 spell to cast.
Okay, what you casting?
Uh, I'm gonna go ahead and cast Vapors of Valtor, and I gain 3 premonition and discard it.
Okay. All right.
So that'll just hit you for 6 damage.
Yep. Molten armor. I'm doing 2 back to you, and gaining 3 fire mastery.
Gotcha.
You do 6 to me. I go down to 4.
So then I'm just gonna go ahead and pass it to you.
Sure. Cooling off. I lose fire mastery. KCP draw a card. We got here. Okay. Offense roll. I guess I'll keep the 4. Roll everything else. Damn. Now I'm probably should just go for the pyroblast here. Whew. Just got it.
Oh.
All right, I'll try to lock in pyroblast. I got to roll 2 dice basically. So
Gotcha.
let's roll the 2 dice. I'm gonna keep the flame and roll this one again, and that's gonna do 12 defendable.
I think it's game. Because even if I do roll both my dice and prevent 4 damage, that's still enough to take me out.
If you get a green and a 6, you put me down to 0.
Let's go ahead and try it.
So you need a green and a 6. Nope.
A 6 and a white, so no.
So you bring me down
But
to
you got
1.
1.
And then yeah, you take 12. So you're
That's it.
Wow, close game. I mean,
So here was my strategy, right? So the first time I was trying to get twice as wild, and I was trying to play my samesies so I can try to save up for a 6. But you kept inflicting the knockdown on me, causing me to spend CP. I couldn't save for it.
Yeah, you
My
wanted to
next
kind of go
option
for that
was to,
ultimate. Yeah.
yeah. So my next option was to go for my large straight because I could deal perfect damage to you by dealing 9 and then casting the Faultine to do 1 more damage, which is perfect 10 to take you out.
Yeah, I mean
But
that
then
was
you,
super close though.
yeah, then you caused me to whiff, which caused me to not be able to attack with that attack, so I couldn't do as much damage as I wanted
Yeah, if you
to.
had the large straight, that was game over for me.
Yeah, that would have been it. Yeah, that was a really close one.
I mean, I think you was that your first roll into the large straight or second roll?
That was my second roll, the
Okay,
large straight,
so
because I
you could
used a
have
card to
rolled.
change
I
the
had 0
numbers.
CP. You could have rolled that dice that I changed and just see if you got the 5 again, because there's a 1 in 6 chance that you get the 5. But
Yeah, but I wasn't going for the 5. I was trying to just go for the large straight if possible.
yeah, no, I'm saying
Because
is
already, oh yeah,
when I saw wild you out of the large, you had 1 more roll. I had 0 CP, so like I couldn't
oh did
change
I have
any.
another roll?
You had 1 more roll, yeah. So not
So
saying you would have, not saying you would have got it, but like
that was a gameplay issue.
yeah, you had a chance. I mean,
Yeah,
odds were against you though. Like to
it's all
roll,
right. It's all right.
you have a 1 in 6 chance to get the 5. So
Yeah, I didn't account for that.
well,
That's all right. Still a close game.
yeah. So anyways, just the Freehawks Discord server is a great place to find players like me. I'm a little bit different because I create content for YouTube. So when I'm playing, I'm usually streaming my games. I think there's another guy on here called Blunder. He does like the same thing, but he streams on Twitch. But we're like the only
Yeah.
two like content people. Oh, actually, Lost Faith does. He also puts his games on YouTube. So there's a couple of us.
I was starting something that was content related. It's not Dice Throne, but since I'm a Pokemon judge, I was going to make a channel for talking about the metas of the game, basically talking about things Pokemon TCG related. I was going to teach people the game, the rules, the current metas, and I've actually been working on like projects to like make the channel happen. So I was making a backdrop for it, right? Because I have a green screen, I want to make cool backdrops for it.
Oh, that sounds
I can
interesting.
actually show you one of the things I was making earlier, if you'll allow it.
Yeah, go ahead.
There you go. So the backdrop for this is going to be right here. It's got
I've never played the Pokemon game, but obviously I've heard of it.
So it's the cheapest TCG game out there because you have Lorcana and you have Magic and you have Flesh and Blood. Those are all pretty expensive games. They get expensive pretty quick. Pokemon is one of the cheapest ones. It's also pretty fun to play. It is competitive, but it is also a lot easier to learn than other card games like Lorcana and Magic because the rules can be simplified. But it does have some complications to it.
But do you like outside the Pokemon card game, do you like the Pokemon games too?
I never played a lot of the Pokemon games, so I can't really respond to that.
Okay.
I would like to. Like I actually wanted to play the new one that's coming out, which is Pokemon Legends ZNA, because I was a big X and Y fan back when I was growing up.
On the Game Boy.
Not on the Game Boy, on the 3DS, X and Y fan.
Oh,
Because that's Generation 6. So that was a 3DS game. So here's one of the videos that I have rendered out. This is basically going to be the background for like the entire scene of what I'm going to do with my green screen. It's sending right now. Just give me a second.